Hey, does anybody remember that time the band Fun had the ultimate anthem for surviving yourself?
Some nights I stay up, cashing in my bad luck.
This is one of my favorite songs of all time, and I love. They start a good huge chunk of the beginning of the song just a cappella with this crazy arrangement. And I also love this line about sometimes my lips could build a castle, sometimes I wish they'd just fall off. I'd have this conversation with a couple of friends about how they didn't understand it. And I don't know what their actual, like the band's intent was for it, but I always interpret it as like some nights my lips could build a castle. They could just, talk all night and do no harm. But some nights I would just keep putting my foot in my mouth and I just wish that my lips would fall off.
Some nights I wish that my lips could build a castle.
Then when that a cappella section ends, this like militaristic snare drum pattern comes in and it just feels like you're going into battle. And there's also that like battle cry melody. Not to mention, if you're like kind of drunk at a bar, it's easy to sing along with. And then Nate Roos, the lead singer, his vocals come in and he's so expressive. I've heard him compared to Freddie Mercury, and like I think that's like a fair comparison. And all those like battle cry background vocals that were happening earlier just continue through this. Like there's no buildup. They just like throw everything at you all at once for the whole time.
This is it, boys. This is what are we waiting for?
I guess not the whole time. One of the things I do love about this song is there's a lot of dynamics. So when it gets quiet, it gets like really quiet. And they also add some interesting things like electronic instruments.
That's alright. I found a martyr in my bed tonight.
Now, spoken bridges are hit and miss for me, but I feel like Nate is so expressive here, it totally works.
So this is it. I sold my soul for this.
And then there's like a second bridge that's really quiet and it's so heartfelt.
I was breaking for my sister in the comments she called off.
And I like that there's this random auto-tuned vocalization section because there are like guitar solos in this, but it's almost like this is meant to compete the guitar solos. Of course, famously, this band spun off like a lot of like big stars. Like Jack Antonoff was in this band. He's gone on to produce so many artists like Taylor Swift and Lana Del Rey and Lorde, and Nate Roos went on to do a duet with Pink. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, in fact.